Alex Attinger is on his way to make an important speech. He's not yet 30, but he's already a highly successful internet entrepreneur. And soon, together with his sister, he's going to be addressing this national conference of around 500 bloggers. They're a challenging, skeptical audience, and not so long ago, the thought of getting up to give his speech might have made him nervous. In fact, though, he's pretty confident. And the reason for that is that he's one of hundreds of people from all walks of life who've come to the microphone, dispatch box, or podium, trusting in speeches specially prepared for them by great speech writing.
The first point I would always make is that a great speech is a combination of two very clear things. One is great content, the other is how the speech is delivered. At Great Speech Writing, we genuinely believe if you get the content right, if the message is interesting, if the speech is well written and easy to deliver, if there is impact in the words, then suddenly the entire confidence of the speaker is transformed.
That was certainly the case for Anita Mehra, the managing director of Ben & Reeves Residential Lettings. Anita had more than 30 years' experience in presenting to high net worth individuals, notably in China and Southeast Asia. But she still found it daunting to address large audiences.
I used to be nervous. I used to want to finish it as soon as possible. But the great speech writing company, Lawrence, has brought that confidence in me. I remember the first script which was written. I was sitting in the airport and I read it and I was so excited, and I stayed awake called to say how excited I am and how I can see this is going to be easy for me now, and it is becoming easier. And the more I can practice with him, the more time his company can give me, the more confident I feel. And I don't think I'll be doing any speech without his help. It has helped me bring a lot of potential clients into the business, and every time I go, I meet about 300 to 400 people. Most of them become our clients. They talk to their friends, they introduce their friends to us, and the business is doing really well.
Since Lawrence Bernstein founded Great Speech Writing in 2009, the company has enjoyed rapid, organic growth. Discretion forbids them to name some pretty impressive names, but they've written for customers ranging from politicians and heads of state to business leaders and sports personalities.
Effectively, what we are trying to provide for a client is a translation service from what they know and what they understand about their subject into what an audience is going to actually remember, latch onto, and action. And the trick, as I say, tends to be take what they know, translate it into the minds of the audience in the room, get the level right, make it relevant, make it original, make it interesting, write it in a really inspiring, punchy way, and often it will be one key message that pops out at the end of that.
At the heart of the great speech writing philosophy is an absolute commitment to customer service. Often that means literally going the extra mile. Lawrence and his team are always ready to meet customers on their own ground to ensure that they understand their key message and to help identify their distinctive individual style.
You can trawl the internet and find more cut and paste speeches. You can take great speeches from history. You can take appalling speeches from weddings. But the one thing you can't do is write a really relevant original speech for somebody in their own words. And so we've built a business on the personal relationships that we have with our clients. We don't write anything that doesn't start with a blank piece of paper.
Well, it's very important to write in the style of the person who's going to be giving the speech, because it's their words, it's their ideas are coming from, but we have to make sure that each word is something that they're comfortable with. But you can always find a way to tune into the way that someone speaks, almost to write with their voice in our head. People often think that humour has to be a kind of one-liners and so on, but actually we can usually make some original humour from the actual situation, which will be much funnier because it will resonate with the audience. It's a very collaborative process. We're never precious about what we write because we're writing for the client and not for ourselves. So we're always more than happy to take feedback and make changes according to what's needed.
Anna Quayle brought to the company long first-hand experience of the charity sector. She recognises that one of the biggest challenges in writing fundraising speeches is overcoming donor fatigue.
One of our writers was writing for a volunteer who works on behalf of a charity. He was really nervous about this audience. They were a pretty kind of testing audience. They were sharp business minds. They'd heard it all before. He wasn't sure whether he was going to get anything out of them, but on the back of this speech, they were so moved that 3 people at that dinner ended up giving 6-figure sums, and he was just over the moon. He couldn't believe it.
That just gets rid of that and that.
Before Alex Attinger approached great speechwriting, he'd had to overcome some reservations.
Thanks, Alan, for that kind introduction. I was worried that, and my friends were concerned, my wife was, if you work with a speechwriter, is it going to be you? Is it natural? Contrived almost. But no, it's absolutely so natural. And they went absolutely fantastically. Lawrence gave me the confidence to be able to stand up and actually deliver a great piece of work. And everybody afterwards was amazed. I really didn't want to actually admit that I used a speechwriter, but it was incredible.
So now Alex is working with Lawrence to prepare for that big business conference. He'll be telling his audience of bloggers about a groundbreaking piece of software his company Digibox has developed. It's called Content Click, and it'll enable them to earn money from their writing. Bloggers are his main market, so it's essential that the speech engages them and inspires them to action.
I'm able to give Lawrence a brain dump of basically what's in my head, and he's able to structure everything together in such a great way that it just gives me so much confidence, so I know when I'm getting up on the stage, whatever I'm doing, it's going to be great. I think with the content that I've got, I'm just really, really excited. Can't wait to get up there and do a great job.
Thanks, Alan, for that kind introduction. And thank you also to Gemma and Becky.
As great speechwriting moves forward, I don't want it to change. Hopefully word of mouth will continue to grow, our clients will keep coming back, and more people will continue to find us. But I never want to lose this personal touch we have at the moment. In something that is as personal as speechwriting, if you are working, constantly looking at the bottom line, you won't win. This has to be about the client. It has to be about creating the right service for the client. And if you do that, then the financials will look after themselves.